Yeah.
What I will tell you is, should Monty McNair make a call to Washington, we've heard Bradley Beal would waive his no-trade clause for Sacramento. I'm going to say that sentence again because I feel like, much like 2020, we're in unprecedented times. We have heard that Bradley Beal would waive his no-trade clause for the Sacramento Kings. Now, I have no clue what that looks like. You asked earlier about Keegan Murray and a potential OG Anunoby trade. I don't think that has to happen. In a Bradley Beal trade, it almost absolutely does. Yeah. Now, I have absolutely nothing. I think I can comfortably say, unless Kenny hasn't told me something this morning, we have absolutely nothing on the Sacramento Kings contacting the Washington Wizards about a Bradley Beal trade. Mm-hmm. What we've heard was Bradley Beal would waive his no-trade clause if Sacramento made an offer that Washington liked.
Ooh,
now, that is a steep offer.
Yeah.
That's likely Keegan. Mm. It's likely Davion because they're both cheap and they're both good. It's likely multiple draft picks. And then it's probably you have to fight for it not to be Kevin Huerter. In sorry to the Holmes family, but it's Rashawn because you need, you need to add some dollar figures there somewhere. Like Keegan, not a super expensive player. Davion, not a super expensive player. You got the pick, which is slotted as money, and then you need to make up the dollar somewhere because we're talking about $200 million remaining dollars on this contract with $57 million in the final year of it.
That
is $57 million in a single season for those that missed that.
That is a ton of money.
Yeah. Actually, it might even be more. We looked at this yesterday. Is that the right number? I know Bradley Beal's numbers over the next 5 years are insane.
Yeah.
Or next 4 years, excuse me. Yeah, it's 57. Player option, though. Ain't no human being turning down $57 million in 1 year.
Not at all. Not at all.
At the age of,
the ripe old age of 30.
He's only 33.
But he's not going. He can get that, and he doesn't have to sacrifice that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He can sign a hefty contract at 34. Right. He'll be fine.
Man, Bradley Beal here at Sacramento. I know there's a lot of people in the chat right now.
That seems far-fetched.
It does, but there's people in the chat right now. There's people I've heard since yesterday when all this came out who kind of scoff at the idea of Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal can go.
Oh yeah, Brad
can go.
Brad averaged 30 points per game on a bit of a rough. Well, one of the teams went to the playoffs. The Russell Westbrook team.
Yep.
It was like a season, 2 seasons ago, and he averaged 30 points per game in back-to-back seasons.
The
killer, Brad's not a sucker, man. Brad
no,
can go.
The killer for Brad is, in my opinion, the only thing that I worry about with Brad is being able to stay healthy, being able to play. I don't know. Like, we were looking up how many games somebody played the other day. When was the last time Bradley Beal played 70 games?
That's a good question. I don't know. Is that a rhetorical question? Is that a question you actually know the answer to?
No, I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
But I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Let's see. 70 games. The last time he played 70 games, he played 82 in back-to-back seasons. Sorry. In 18-19. Since then, he's played 57, 60. Mind you, these are 72 game seasons or 70 game seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Then 40 and 50. 40 games and 50 games in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yo, like people talking a little crazy about Bradley Beal. Man, bro. Look at this.
I know.
In 1920, he averaged 30 points.
I'm sorry. What year was that?
1920. No,
I'm sorry. What?
Not 1920. 1920.
Got you.
He put up 30.5.
Yeah. Yep.
In 2021.
Yep.
The 2020.
Thank you.
21 season. He put up 31.3 a night. In the last 2 years, with not as good of a team.
Yeah.
And, injury issues, 23.2 in both seasons.
So I'm going to repeat this as long as we talk about Bradley Beal. I don't believe there's any track. I don't believe there's even a conversation to start.
I don't do it. I don't think they have enough.
I just think it was a simple, would Brad waive his no trade clause? Yes or no for Sacramento? And the answer was yes. I think that's it. And I don't even know if it was the Kings that asked. I don't think it was.
Right.
But I have my concerns too. I'm kind of like the Chatty House. I love Bradley Beal. Like, Brad can go. Like, we don't do, and let me ask you, you're better at this than me. Do we know what Brad would look like on a team like Sacramento?
Yeah, I mean, he'd be really good. They'd probably be.
Does he
they probably
is he the dog now? Is he above De'Aaron?
I don't know about that. And the only reason I'm so definitive about it is we've seen it with John Wall and those teams.
Yeah. Well,
that was a second round team that took Boston to a game 7 with Isaiah Thomas and those guys. And I don't think, and all apologies and respect to Nene, but he's not as good as Sabonis.
Boy, that's a scorching hot take you got right there. That is scorching hot.
But I mean, we've seen him in a situation in those years. I think that's when he first started putting up 20-some points a game. 16, 17, 23.1.
Man, it's crazy.
I think that might have been the last year they were that good.
He's only a 3-time All-Star. It feels like Bradley Beal's been good forever. I guess he has been good.
Yeah.
It feels like Bradley Beal has been, an upper echelon scorer his entire time in the league.
Yeah.
But his first I think it was the year you just mentioned, the 2017-18 season. That was his first All-Star season.
That was 17-18 was his all. That was the year after he averaged 23. The first time he averaged 20 in a season.
He got passed over.
Yeah.
He got passed over.
You know what I thought about with Bradley Beal? When I was just kind of thinking about like who he is as a player. Kind of reminds me of Mitch Richmond. Just the way his career's gone, his talent level. I think he's like, however you feel about Mitch Richmond, I feel like you should think that about Bradley Beal.
What's the biggest concern in this conversation regarding Bradley Beal?
Giving up too much. Just kind of gutting the roster for, and it's not even like, I don't know if you would have to do that if his salary wasn't what it was. Like if you were just talking player for player, I feel like Washington would take a little less than what they would need to make the finances work.
So there was, one of the bigger non-stories in history, and that misleading headline is back on our television where it says Wizards to work with Bradley Beal on trade scenarios.
Another day.
That's not at all what the report was. But that's fine. We'll go along with it. There was a lot of, speculation yesterday that the cost of the contract would actually hinder the return.
Yeah.
Because you have to make it work legally.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the extent of what we can't give you more than that.
Right.
Like
we can't make the money work and give you our best players.
And in most cases, you have a player, you get a haul for a player because they've got 4 years left on a deal. They're an upper echelon scorer in the league. Like you hello, Phoenix. Now, obviously Kevin Durant, both are good, but they are in slightly different categories, Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. But it just could wind up being too much. Like, we can't, we'll send back what we have to legally to make this work. We can't give you an excess of that.
Right.
Because let's be honest, Michael, we're helping you out too. You're trying to move on. Maybe you're not trying to move on from the $50 million this season, but you really want to move on from that $57 million 4 years from now.
Right.
I got to be honest though. I'll say it again. I love Bradley Beal. I'd rather the OG situation work out.
I think so too, because I just think you're giving up less,
Well, I also feel like,
and it's a little more manageable financially. But
but what about the type of player?
Well, I look at it like this, because people are looking, that contract. And we talking about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal can go.
It ain't my money.
Well, there's that too.
I ain't in on this.
But Bradley Beal can go. Like this is one of the top shooting guards in the league. This is one of the top wing players in the league. Period. He's a franchise guy. He's a guy, regardless of how you feel about it, Washington looked at and looked like, we want this guy as our franchise guy. You're getting an opportunity to get one of those guys. You know what I mean? Look, Bradley Beal, wherever he goes, if he's traded at some point, that team is going to feel like they can win a championship. Like, don't forget that. Everybody out there saying, no, Bradley, if he goes to Miami, Miami's like, yo, we got to start to go with Jimmy. We can win a championship. That's the type of guy you're getting. So I understand the concerns, but I think Bradley Beal's being a little undervalued here. I think he's really being undervalued.
Did you see what Shams just tweeted?
No, I didn't.
Another team that's had Bradley Beal trade talks with the Wizards, the Kings.
Hey, we beat Jones again.
Tweeted 54 seconds ago. Another team that's had Bradley Beal trade talks with the Wizards, the Kings. Sources tell me and Sam Amick. It's believed.
Y'all too late.
It's believed Beal would consider Sacramento given his no trade clause, but right now there does not appear to be a clear path for the two sides.
Shams listening to the show. We beat Shams again. We beat him again.
I guess we're just rounding up the score on Shams, huh?
Maybe we need to yell louder. Maybe that's what we need to do. I can't wait for the OG tweet to come out. Give me that Ric Flair sound. When I get, okay.
Hey, let the record show. Everybody that's listening, we got the people in the chatty house. Let the record show where you heard it first. It wasn't Shams. It wasn't Shams.
It's incredible. I love it. I love it. That's what we do. Hey, we just talking to our people, man. That's all we doing. We just talking with other Kings fans, having a nice little discussion.
Let the people know out here, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We out here. What's up, Shams? You can come on anytime you want to.
Shams, jump on the show, man.
You pull up.
We got you.
You pull up.
We got you.
You know what I mean? Shams, maybe we'll tip you off to some things sometimes.
Maybe we'll keep it to ourselves. We're gonna tell our people first, then we'll let you know. And the best part about this is there's a handful of people watching and listening to us right now. I know this is eating them up. This is killing them. And don't forget who had the Dante DiVincenzo stuff last year either.
Come on, man.
It was James Ham.
Come on now.
That's all right.
It was on it.
We got you, baby.
He was on it.
We got you.
We connected. Well,
over the next 2 weeks, over the next 20 years, there's only one place you need to be for Kings coverage.
Simple as that.
We got you.
Simple as that. It's what Victor Oladipo said. We connected. You don't know about that. That's my song. I always talk about that one. That Victor Oladipo.
No, you love some Victor Oladipo singing. That's for sure.
That song, that Victor Oladipo. I don't know what's going to happen with his basketball career. Absolutely can put out an album. Absolutely.
Indeed, he can.
You connected.
I'm bugging out. Shams literally tweeted what we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes, almost word for word.
Bar for bar.
That's amazing. I love this show. I love this station. I love the chatty house. Oh, for goodness sake.
Everybody know. Hey, all my people on Twitter, under Shams, quote tweet Shams. Tweet,
get him.
Get him. Hashtag D-Lo and KC had it first.
Get him.
Hashtag King.
Hashtag King. It's back, baby. It's hashtag King season.
Hashtag King. Let them know where it came first.
Fantastic. We love you guys.
So now that you guys know that we really talk, we really radio showing out here right now.
Oh, we radio showing today.
Yeah, we radio showing out here.
That means I have to lower my voice and begin to speak like Joe Budden does.
So y'all really wouldn't want Brad?
No, I don't think that's when he. No.
I know that's not what you're saying. I think people are saying, "Nah, I'm cool off of Brad."
I don't think it's Brad that they don't want. I think it's the cost of what you give up to get Bradley Beal, and you immediately go from an ascending team approaching tax areas, right? Approaching the luxury tax to you're a year away from being the Golden State Warriors without the titles. Like in terms of what you're paying, like it's $200 million for Brad. That's the deal. And then you've got Sabonis coming up. And then De'Aaron.
Fox is right around the corner.
So you've already got De'Aaron making money. You've got De'Aaron, if things progress the way we all hope, pray, and believe they will, you've got De'Aaron approaching the Bradley Beal money. This is going to be $1 billion team without a title.
Oh, the cap's going up, though.
God damn it.
The cap's going up.
This better be the biggest. This better be the most insane TV deal ever. Oh, my God. This better be the most insane TV deal ever.
Once again, just for research purposes.
And I think, but let me say one other thing. I think part of the reason Kings fans are concerned about the Bradley Beal, it's just not what they're giving up. It's the fact that almost certainly Keegan is a part of that.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. It's just for research purposes. But the only thing that really works outside of trading Fox or Sabonis, which we are doing, is 4 players, and it's Kevin Huerter, Rashawn Holmes, Keegan Murray, Davion Mitchell. I think right now who's under contract and all this other stuff, that's the only thing that works. Now, and I don't know why they would do this. They wouldn't do this. If you could facilitate a sign and trade with Harrison to Washington. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think they would do it at all. But if you could facilitate that, maybe you could save Keegan in the deal. But other than that, I don't know. They got other trade machine wizards. Maybe I'm not a guru. Shout out to my man Guru. But I'm not a trade
looks
machine.
Good. He's losing weight.
Yeah.
I would have gone with a different name than Body by Goo, but that's just me. That's just me. I would have gone for a different tagline, but Guru looks good.
He does.
Hashtag
man.
Body by Goo.
Him and Bonte doing their thing, man. I think it's like the soda diet or something like that. They're doing their thing.
Isn't that the Zion diet? Well, never mind. Never mind.
His diet is different.
Oh, okay. His soda diet is different.
His diet is different. Really different.
His diet includes soda and being on the close friends Instagram tag of Sarah Hodges. That's Zion Williamson's diet.
Oh man. But
Sarah, if you're listening, don't let that man be one of your close friends. You don't want him seeing them videos.
The only trade that I could get to work is those 4 players.
Give them to me again.
Huerter, Holmes, Murray, and Mitchell.
Bro.
I'm just saying I'm not saying I would do it. I'm saying that's literally the only one that seems to work.
Holmes. That's fine. Murray.
Huerter and Holmes.
No.
I think I mean to be honest with you, the big deal right there is Keegan. I think if you could find
the big deal is the combination. I mean, look, Rashawn, fine. Huerter or Keegan, fine. But both?
Well, look, no, I think it's just Keegan. If I told you right now they take Keegan out the deal and you can get Bradley Beal, all the finances work and everything, we're not doing that deal?
Oh no, we're doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
We're doing it.
The only hang up is Keegan.
Yeah.
And if you can find a workaround, I don't know what it is, a third team, the sign and trade, whatever. If you can find a workaround.
Did you do the stupid trade machine? Is that how you came up with this?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the only way. Like outside of Sabonis and Fox, they don't have any other salaries. These are like the biggest salaries they have. So if you could take Keegan out, and
Harrison, how do you feel about the nation's capital?
Well, he might
like he was Senator Barnes.
Yeah.
Let's make this dream a reality for you, HB. By the way, love Harrison Barnes. Don't want him to go anywhere.
Don't want him to go anywhere.
I don't mean it that way.
No. But that's the
Which
hang-up.
one do you prefer? I think I know the answer to this, but I'm an idiot, so I'm going to ask anyways. You prefer Brad over OG?
If you could keep Keegan. If you can't keep Keegan, then I'd rather take the OG deal.
It's stupid of me to think OG fits seamlessly.
Yeah.
Slides in, fits seamlessly. Is it out of pocket to think Brad requires like an adjustment for everyone involved? For De'Aaron, for Bradley Beal?
Maybe so.
Maybe for Malik, for everyone.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, Kevin Huerter is, and let me be perfectly clear. I'm not running to get rid of Kevin Huerter. I love Kevin Huerter. It's just one of these situations where if you can get a Bradley Beal, like, yeah, you gotta be open to something like that. But I love Kevin Huerter here. I do. I think he's a great fit for what they're doing. But when you talk about Kevin Huerter, he does a lot of dribble handoff, dribble handoff stuff with Sabonis, catch and shoot stuff. He's not really operating in an ISO, needing a bunch of dribbles. I wonder if Bradley Beal would be able to do the same thing. I think he's capable of it, but would he adjust his game to be more like Kevin Huerter than handle the ball? I actually think he would. I think he could play a Kevin Huerter type of game and be open to it and receptive to
it. Shout out to Jesse, by the way, who hit us in the group text and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna post this tweet. You good with it?" Because it's not on wax until you put it on Twitter.
Yeah,
moments before Shams and Sam Amick.
Let's go. Well, I mean, we should timestamp everything. Like, that's a lot to ask, Jesse. But if we could like timestamp.
Oh, Jesse does timestamp.
Well, no, I mean like on the screen, like put a graphic of at 12:25. This is what we discussed, and then a picture of Shams' tweet and when he made it.
Shams was 5 minutes late. We were 12:26. Shams was 12:31. Please credit.
Hashtag please credit.